Hi, this is Dave with SafeMind. Today I'm going to be talking about what I call a Murphy kit. First of all, I often get asked, what do you carry in your survival kit? What do you do to survive? My philosophy is that if you get to the point where you are surviving, you've probably done a lot of things wrong. And also so I don't have a survival kit per se. And another thing with survival kits is that typically what that does is there's a connotation that those things in the survival kit will only be used if you need to survive. So if your life is actually on the line. Well, there's a couple problems with that. First of all, it's very rare that you're actually going to be in that situation. So if you are in that situation and you have tools that are there just for you to survive, you've probably never trained with them. And if you have, you probably don't do it very often because we never expect to get into that situation. So I firmly believe you need to prevent getting into a survival situation. And because of that, I carry what I call a Murphy kit because everybody knows Murphy's Law. If something can go wrong, it will go wrong. And in that kit are a number of tools, also known as the 10 or 12 essentials, depending on what school you come from, that give me tools that I use every single time that I go out in the backcountry. Or if not every single time, then quite often. You know, we need to be able to make fire, we need to be able to navigate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through these tools. The very first thing, and I think one of the most important, is navigation. You need to know where you are, you need to know where you're going, you need to know how to get back to your vehicle or back home. So with navigation, I always carry a map. I don't like special maps or large maps that cover large areas. I almost exclusively use a USGS 124,000 quad or topo map. And I have one of the specific area that I'm hunting in right now. It's laminated, so I can write on it with alcohol pens. And alcohol pens are pens that you can use to write on plastic or other materials, and it will only come off if you use alcohol to wipe it off. Some people use a Sharpie, and the problem with that is it does rub off. So I can make notes on that map. I have a compass. Yes, a real live compass. I exclusively use the Silver Ranger. It's also known as the Sunto MC2. I've had this compass for a number of years, actually a couple of decades, and it still serves me well. So I know how to use my compass. I use it quite often. I also carry a GPS device. That's particularly helpful if I'm going to mark spots, but I don't use it as my primary source, my primary navigational tool. The next thing that I have is sun protection. Today it's cold, wet, and cloudy out. But I do have sunscreen, I have a hat, and in Arizona that's very, very important, so that's at top of the list. Next I have insulation. So in my pack here, I do have an insulated jacket. I also carry extra clothes. I have gloves, I have a toque or a cap. Actually, I have a couple of these. And I also have wet weather gear, so some other snivel gear in here just in case it rains. Along with that insulation, and this also comes down into emergency shelter, is I carry a space blanket. And this is it's the bigger space blanket. Don't get the little crinkly Mylar kind. They suck. They don't work. They tear. They're loud. They're essentially useless. But this, as a hunter, I can use it if I actually am able to kill my game. I can lay it out on here to keep it off the ground. I can use it as a burrito wrap to prevent hypothermia. I can use it as a signaling device. There's a lot of different things that I can use it for. So every one of my packs has one of these heavy-duty space blankets in it. I also have illumination. I carry 3 sources of light. I have 2 headlamps here, and actually I have a flashlight and another headlamp in my pack, plus batteries. I use AAA's exclusively for all of my light sources. That makes it very, very simple. So I only need to carry AAA batteries with me. So you always have batteries. First aid supplies. I do have a full first aid kit. I've done another video talking about my IFAK, and we'll be doing another one that really goes into depth with the first aid kit. I have a repair kit. That includes a multi-tool, and I like the multi-tool with pliers on it. So you can actually fix things. I don't have it with scissors because I'll just use a knife blade. And part of that kit as well, I have paracord or 550 cord here. I have tape, and also I carry zip ties. So essentially, if a buckle breaks, if a strap breaks, if anything else breaks, I can repair it on the field. These don't take up much space and they don't weigh anything. For nutrition, I carry bars, I carry sandwiches. Nutrition is fairly self-explanatory. Hydration. Again, I'm going to be carrying water. I have 100 ounces on me today. If it was going to be warmer, I might carry more water than that. Emergency shelter. Again, we talked about the space blanket. And I also carry a heavy-duty trash bag. And I can turn this into either a game bag or I can turn it into a rain jacket just by opening it up, cutting a hole for my face, and I can pull it down over me. It can also be used as a pack cover, or if I need to loan it to someone that doesn't have proper wet weather gear. Another nice thing about this and the space blanket is a vapor barrier. So if you are out in the cold, just preventing your perspiration from going out and preventing the heat going out will keep you warmer up to a certain point. Signaling. Signaling is very important. I carry a ham radio when I go hunting with other people. I carry everywhere that I go, and I have access to ham radio sites across the state, so I can communicate, and if I had an emergency, knowing that cell coverage is probably not going to be good, I'll use my ham radio. I also have a whistle. I use the Fox 40 whistle. This is quite loud, and I can use it to signal in case I need help. I do carry my cell phone, and I carry an inReach 2-way satellite communicator. And then personal equipment, I do carry reading glasses. I've got medications. If I need medications, I'll bring those with me as well. Fire starter is very, very important. So I have a couple of different ways to start a fire. I have a flint and steel. And when my family goes camping, we have a no lighter rule. So we'll always start our fires using some sort of a striker device. It's fun, it's great practice, keeps my chops up so if I ever need it. I also do carry a lighter with me. In fact, I have a couple. I always have one in my right pocket. Then in my left pocket, I carry sun protection for lips and food and stuff like that. So as far as purifying water goes, I'm not a big fan of water pumps just because they clog up. They're heavy, they're bulky, they're great for some applications, but when I'm going to go light and fast, I just use iodine tabs, or Potable Aqua is another brand. So you can use chlorine, but most people just use the iodine tabs, and they work quite well. They're very, very lightweight. As additional illumination, I also carry chem lights. These are good for marking trails, or if I am hunting and I have game down, I can mark that so I can find it. I'll mark where my pack is. They're very lightweight and they're very, very easy to use. And I think one of the most important things that I bring is when I'm out there in the woods and I'm feeling sorry for myself and I'm cold, wet, and miserable, or I'm with someone who's just not having a good day, I carry a pacifier. And I'll just put it in their mouth and just tell them to suck it up, buttercup, and just drive on with the mission. Your defense is personal. Dave Bremson with SafeMind.